Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News Weekend Edition.
Hey, good evening. I'm Jim Freeman. Several survivors of the downtown hazard fire are still looking for permanent housing. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox talked with some survivors about the process they're going through.
Hotel rooms are still occupied by survivors of the downtown hazard fire. Several survivors are restarting their lives after losing so much of what they owned, and it has come at a cost.
I've had clothes donations. People's donated a little bit of money here and there. But I've took just about every dime that was in my bank account buying stuff that I need. And now those funds are gone at the moment.
With help from the community and nearby nonprofits, Combs was able to find a home, but it would require a 45-minute walk to work that she is not looking forward to.
Especially when I work, there's 4 days a week, one day that I work from opening to closing, and then 3 days a week I'm completely on night shift. When I get out of there, it'd be about 9:25 at night.
Others are looking to stay in temporary housing units arranged by Perry County Emergency Management.
We're happy that that's an option right now, but eventually have our own place.
Finding that permanent place has been difficult. Reba is hoping to stay close.
Well, I would like to stay in Hazard because I'm from Breathitt County, but Hazard has become my home, and I love the people here.
Along with permanent housing, survivors are looking to find affordable furniture and supplies they lost in the fire. In Hazard, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Thank you, Chandler. City officials say the temporary housing units will be at Perry County Park and should arrive there in the next few days. You can go to Kate Clemens' Facebook page and the Perry County Community Foundation Facebook page to find links where you can donate to the fire victims. Wayne County Sheriff Tim Catron says Monticello has a man who was found safe after being reported missing yesterday. Officials say they got the call around 3 p.m. Friday about the missing man. His car was reportedly found parked near Criswell Cemetery Road off Kentucky 167 South. After a search last night and this morning, first responders found the man lying in a creek bed and still conscious. After an investigation, officials say the man was walking his timber boundary lines on Tuesday when he tripped and fell down an embankment into the creek bed. Police say he stayed there until he was found this morning. He was flown to the University of Kentucky Medical Center for treatment, but officials say he's expected to make a full recovery. His name was not released. We have an update to a story we first told you about at 7. Kentucky State Police say Gary Ambergy was killed in a crash in Knott County earlier today. The crash happened on Kentucky 1393. Troopers say Ambergy was driving south when a tree fell onto the road and hit his car. Ambergy was pronounced dead at the scene by the Knott County Coroner's Office. KSP will continue the investigation. An ATV crash in Pike County left a 3-year-old dead. It happened Thursday night along Hillbilly ATV trail system in Dorton. Matt Lackritz spoke with those about the trail about how they feel in the aftermath of the child's death.
The death of a 3-year-old boy after an ATV crash at Hillbilly Trails has those in Pike County, Kentucky, mourning his death. Clifford Atkins lives near the entrance of the ATV trail and says he and his wife first found out about the crash on social media.
Everybody's heart is going out to these people. It's so sad.
Kentucky State Police say the initial call came in a little before 10 Thursday night, reporting an ATV collision at the Hillbilly Trail system in the Dorton community. Police say their initial investigation indicates a 25-year-old had been driving on the trail with a 3-year-old when the ATV overturned. The 3-year-old died at a hospital. Atkins says he occasionally hears about injuries on the trail, but hardly ever death, let alone a child.
Just such sadness for the family and the child. I hadn't had a chance to even have a life yet.
That was Matt Lackritz reporting. ATV riders in the area say this is a tragic loss and hope incidents like this do not happen again in the near future. The 3-year-old has not been identified by police.
The weather stays relatively calm as we go across the mountains tonight. Those temperatures are comfortable in the middle to upper 60s, even some lower 70s at this hour in some places, but right now down to 68 over in Wayne County, 66 in Jackson, down to 59 for Hazard and Wise, and 56 over in Clintwood, also in Grundy at this hour. The good news on radar, a clean sweep, just some ground clutter out there thanks to high pressure. When you have high pressure, you have sinking air, and that will continue to dominate the forecast as we go into tonight, also for much of your Sunday. But notice we are tracking our next weather system over portions of the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles. Some severe weather right now over portions of Texas and Oklahoma. No severe weather for us, but more rain chances by early next week. But most of your Sunday looking dry. Temperatures also warmer on Father's Day, middle to upper 80s by Sunday afternoon. And again, most of us are dry on Sunday, but notice those rain chances are not too far away. All those details coming up in just a few minutes. Jim?
Very good, Cameron. Hundreds of locals and visitors alike hit the trails of one county in the Big Sandy. WYMT's Jordan Mullins has more from this year's installment of the Johnson County Trail Day.
Whether you would prefer a nice hike or a heart-pounding cruise in, the third annual Johnson County Trail Day had a bit of something for everyone.
We've had some new things added to our regular itinerary of kayaking, biking, hiking, and ATV rides, and it won't wrap up until late tonight.
The Johnson County Trail Town Committee and Johnson County Fiscal Court came together with community partners to promote adventure tourism and bring about an economic boost.
It's great for our health and wellness, but it's also, like you said, great for tourism. It's economically beneficial to our community.
While remembering the past with guided history walks through the hills and hollers.
And about promoting history. This is these stories, the saga of Jenny Wiley and the stories of our heritage are very important to this region, not just to Johnson County, but to our region.
Bringing people together to celebrate Appalachia.
A lot of what we do really is for these young people and their future too. And we want to try to help set the stage for them to know what we have in this community so they can enjoy it, they can promote it.
Working for a better future while having a bit of fun. In Johnson County, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Thanks, Jordan. The Trail Day culminated in an ATV parade through downtown Paintsville, as well as a get-together with music, food trucks, and much more. Folks in Pikeville also hit the trails this morning. Together with the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife, the city of Pikeville hosted its first ever river run on the Pikeville River Trail. Although plenty of first responders were also in attendance to make sure everyone was safe. Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Conservation Officer Stone Harris and Pikeville's Director of Outdoor Recreation, P.J. Collins, say the main goal was to teach folks how to enjoy the river in a safe manner.
The big emphasis is water safety, just to teach everybody the safe way to utilize the river, and also just again to bring awareness to the fact that we have a river right here in our backyard that really is beautiful.
Officer Harris and Collins had add that they hope the event will be an annual one, and the folks had a great time floating in the Levisa Fork. Several bikers gathered in Corbin this morning for the Kentucky Children's Miracle Network Bike Run. Event organizer Harlan Lockhart II was inspired to host this event because of his son, Harlan Lockhart III, who has experienced many hospital visits as a youngster. Lockhart says raising awareness for Kentucky Children's Miracle Network hospitals is the main goal of the bike run.
All are welcome. You don't even have to be a biker. If you want to show up and support us and just hang out and get some water and some cupcakes and just learn about Children's Miracle Network, that's fine too.
Along with raising awareness for CMN hospitals, those with the event say this gathering also shows everyone that beyond their tough exteriors, many bikers have a soft spot for their communities and the people within them. Coming up at 11, a social media trend has been a headache for Kia and Hyundai owners. A Kentucky woman shares her story after her car was stolen and crashed into a daycare.
And most of the region stays dry this weekend, but our next rain chance is right around the corner. All those details coming up.